The title does not deceive you.
I have a confession to make.
Multiple confessions. This is gonna be a fun video. First of all, if I see I'm a little different in this video, it's because I'm a little bit, how you say, tipsy? I'm feeling fun. Let's just say that much. But I realize that I need to record some videos, otherwise I'm gonna get behind, so not even that will stop me. But let's just jump right into the meat. So Rent a Girlfriend Season 3 came out. Or it's technically Season 2, because the second season was just a continuation of, it was like a part 2. But the art style changed, so I still count that as like Season 2, and plus this one. I'm calling it Season 3. And I was gonna save really talking about it for my binge cap, which will be coming out soon. I don't know, after watching it, I just had like this weird like epiphany moment. Just like, what? Like Rent a Girlfriend, it's been memed, so holy hell. Don't get me wrong, no matter what I say in this video, because Lord knows what I'm gonna say, Rent a Girlfriend is so dog shit. It absolutely is like one of the guiltiest of pleasures, but yeah, it has such a cult following. I mean, you can see why, just based off like the title and some of the stuff I'm sure you've seen, even if you've never watched or read it. Like, it's not hard to see why it's popular. But it wasn't until fairly recently, I think it was like when the second part like was finished, that I sort of jumped on and started watching it. Of course, it was one of those things where I jumped into it knowing just like, yeah, this is gonna be fun to say the least. But here's where the confession part comes in. I like Rent a Girlfriend. So much so that I have started reading the manga. That's how you know how far gone I am. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not one of those things where it's just like, oh, I love it so much. It's just like, I don't hate it. It's mainly this like latest season, which again, I'll talk more about it in a later video. This latest season, even though there's still a couple episodes left until it's done for now, but the first 10 episodes, I was like, you know what? It was fun like jumping back into it, because I think it's been about like a year-ish since I watched it, the first couple seasons. By now, you normally would expect maybe like, oh, is this gonna be like a one-off review of Rent a Girlfriend? Not really. It's just gonna be me sort of justifying my actions, because let's be honest, if you haven't already watched Rent a Girlfriend or anything, you're probably not going to, and I don't exactly recommend that you do, because even though I'll give some praises for it, I still think it's fucking shit. Like, obviously, the biggest like thing with Rent a Girlfriend for why it's so shit is the main character of Kazuya. And yeah, he's a character who never fucking changes. Like, I've seen so many memes where it's just like, oh, surely Kazuya gets some development like 300 chapters into Rent a Girl. No, he's the same 300 chapters later as he is at the very beginning. And the thing is, like, this latest season really gave me a thing with him. It's just like, he's such an annoying character. It's only because like he has like all the makings of like a pretty decent main male character in a romance story. It's just weird. Like, there's two sides to him where it's like, you swear this dude's like bipolar or something. Is that right? Yeah, where you like switch in the head. Or it's just like, he has pretty cool moments where like he talks to like Chizuru and like any of the other girls, where it's just like, yeah, he's doing his thing, like he just wants to make these girls happy, whatever. But then all of a sudden, out of fucking nowhere, he looks at their skin for like half a second, and then he goes down this like stupid brain rabbit hole where he just thinks about sex and just all this stupid shit. Like, if you took like that side of his character away, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, this story is like pretty decent. Like, it's a good story, like, especially for it being like a harem story. I mean, I don't even know if you could really call it a harem story, because yeah, there's definitely harem aspects to it, but at least for right now where the anime's at, it's not harem-y. It's more just mainly focused on Chizuru, and why am I blanking on the blue-haired chick's name? Fuck, I'm a fake fan. Ruka, that's right. I didn't even see her name pop up. I remembered it. It's just mainly those two. Like, yeah, there's other girls. Like, this latest season introduces the neighbor character, who, I'm gonna be honest, she pretty much saves the series now. Just hopefully she's more of a reoccurring character, because unlike many of the other characters in this story, I actually think she's funny. I think it's just mainly because like the comedy in this story, it just feels like Marvel level comedy, where it's just like, here's such a serious moment, and then boom, dick joke, or boom, sex reference. It's like, that's not funny. It's stupid. Like, anytime any of that shit happens, I just start fast forwarding. But all that to come back to what I said at the beginning, where I like the story still. Despite all these criticisms, I can't look away. Why is that? Now, of course, I could make the comparison where it's like a car crash. Like, you just can't look away. But I would more accurately give the comparison to something like a nuclear explosion, where it's like, we shouldn't be so so close to it because we'll probably feel the repercussions of trying to be so interested in it. But at the same time, you just want to see it. Just a big ball of shit exploding everywhere. And now here's an interesting comparison I'll make. Comparing Rent-a-Girlfriend to a story like Girlfriend, which is the one that I actually do recommend because unlike Rent-a-Girlfriend, Girlfriend has the same story for the most part as Rent-a-Girlfriend. Of course, just take out the whole like renting aspect. But in that story, the comedy, it actually works. Like, I found myself like really cracking up watching Girlfriend. And by the end, I wanted to see more, and I'm happy to see that more is being made. I think just why Rent-a-Girlfriend is so fascinating to me, at least, is just because like when there's story stuff happening that's not like Kazuya bullshit, like the actual story between like Chizuru and her grandma and her whole story, it's actually a compelling story. Like, there's actually some emotion there at the very least, more so in like this latest season. It's just so dramatic. It's like it feels like it doesn't belong. But another complaint I will have, because people like complain constantly, just like, yeah, Kazuya, like if it wasn't for Kazuya, this show would be really good. I mean, I do agree with that, but I'll be honest, Chizuru isn't much of a good character either. Of course, she's the main girl. She's who, you know, he'll probably end up with in the future somehow. Even all the way to this latest season, it feels like she doesn't develop at all. At least when it comes to her relationship with Kazuya. At least in this season, it's delving more into like the relationship potential side with them, more so with like the neighbor like interfering. But it's just the same shit with her. Kazuya will say or do something, and then she feels some type of way about it, and then in private she'll be like, man, he's so stupid. Why do I feel this way? Wow, why am I blushing? And then when they interact, it's that again, rinse and repeat. Like, from the little bit I know about the manga, at least in recent stuff, there is progression, like 400 chapters later or some shit. God, dude, it's like people will talk shit constantly about Kazuya. I mean, justifiably. Chizuru is kind of an annoying character as well. It's like, give us a little bit of an edge or something, man. Like, it makes characters like Ruka and Sumi and Mami and the neighbor, it's like it makes them all like actually feel like fun characters that you want to see more of, because Chizuru is just so fucking boring and annoying that you want to see just anything else, and it makes them feel a lot more lively. But on those other characters, Sumi is just my favorite character in this, man. Like, every time she was on screen and like the couple episodes that were dedicated solely to her, she just does not belong in this show, man. Like, not in like a roasting the character kind of way, just like she's too good for this show. Like, she needs to have her own thing, her own story. No Kazuya, none of this Rent-a-Girlfriend bullshit. Honestly, just make a whole anime that's just about her, what she does in this story. And then Ruka, like, I mean, Ruka's also too good for this show as well, but I mean, it's the classic meme of like the blue-haired girl never gets the guy, but with Ruka, it's like, you gotta respect her at the very least. Like, she fully knows that like Kazuya likes Chizuru, but she's still just like, no, you're my boyfriend, blah blah blah. Like, honestly, it's probably gonna be an emotional thing going towards the end when she gets her heart broken. Emotional. It's like, I've never once even almost squeaked a tear at this show, but it does at least kind of maybe make you feel, or at least for me at least, I'm not speaking for everybody, it makes you feel that little bit of like, when like something sad or whatever happens. Of course, again, like in classic Marvel fashion, it's like something emotional happened, they balance it out with their attempt at comedy, and it's like, what the fuck am I watching, dude? But Girlfriend, again, it's a story very similar to this, but I think, again, it's a lot better. It's funny, the romance stuff is there. I want to do a video more dedicated to that once I read more of the manga, because I think the manga is done, so I think I'll binge that all eventually. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the fuck this video was. I just like, you know what, the latest season of Rent-a-Girlfriend happened. I kind of feel like talking about some things. I need to take a nap. I'm one of those people that my drunk or whatever is, I get tired. Like, I just start shutting down, bro. That lets me know that if I ever do get drunk, I'm probably gonna be a blackout drunk, so can't wait for that to ever happen. Hopefully it doesn't, but either way. I'll be talking more about Rent-a-Girlfriend later on in these next couple weeks, going into the binge cap, covering everything that came out this season that I watched. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for many other reviews of similar variety that I'll be coming out soon in the future. So, until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.